Live 5 News starts now with breaking news.
That breaking news out of Surfside, Florida, just north of Miami, where dozens of fire and rescue crews are responding to a multi-story building collapse.
And you see these live pictures. You can see those rescue crews. They're at that structure. It crumbled. Half of it crumbled into a huge pile of rubble in the middle of the night. Now, Rob Wade joins us from the First Alert Desk with what he's learning about the rescue response. Rob?
Aisha, Michael, at least one person is dead and at least 9 people have been taken to the hospital after that partial building collapse early this morning. This is video we're just getting from the scene in Surfside, a town just north of Miami. You can see rescue crews going through the rubble. More than 80 rescue and fire crews are there. Much of this 12-story apartment building has collapsed. Now, I want to show you a side-by-side of what that building looked like before and after that collapse. Take a look at these pictures we are just getting. There's no word on what caused this partial collapse. This is a developing story we'll be following closely all morning.
All right, we're also following breaking news closer to home. A vehicle fire is shutting down lanes along I-26.
Summer Hector joins us live near the scene, right near exit 197, the Nexton exit eastbound. Summer, what are you seeing?
Aisha, Michael, that's right. This is just past the Nexton exit. I'm going to go ahead and step behind the camera so you can see exactly what I'm seeing here. So on the eastbound side of the interstate, tons of emergency crews over here. I've seen them responding to this car right here, which obviously looks severely burned here. So this is on the westbound or the eastbound side, excuse me. So traffic is closed on the eastbound side right now. As you can see in front of my camera, it's still flowing on the westbound side, but we have heard that may close, but we don't have any confirmation on that. But I do see traffic backing up on the westbound side already. So here's crews working to this car right here. But then if you look down the interstate a little bit, there's also another car back here that looks severely burned as well as a truck here. We're still working to find details on what exactly happened here, but obviously a mess out here. So we'll make sure to keep you updated on Live 5 News. And I know Joey has some more traffic updates for you, so I'll go ahead and toss it over to you, Joey.
All right, thanks so much, Summer. We gave you that first alert at 5 o'clock as that accident report came in. Now, I do want to take you to the traffic maps and show you where this is. This is just before the Nexton Parkway exit, I-26 eastbound. You can see this purple shaded area. This is from Jedburgh Road all the way down to Nexton Parkway. I-26 is now closed due to that accident. So what you're going to have to do to get around this area this morning is get off at Jedburgh Road if you're coming in I-26 eastbound, and either take Old Dairy Road to get down into the Somerville area or 78, and then cut back over to I-26 either at North Maple Street or all the way down at 17A to get back onto I-26. Now, if you're getting on I-26 Somerville or anywhere farther down towards the Charleston area, North Charleston area, you're going to be fine. Bushy Park Road, also an accident reported in. Just wanted to give you a first alert on that. Just came in a short time ago up from the Naval Weapons Station. I-26, though, you can see once we get to Somerville and beyond all the way to downtown, and 526 this morning looking okay. This is a live view 526 out in the West Ashley area and over towards Mount Pleasant. All looks good. So your drive times on 526 perfect between West Ashley and Mount Pleasant. Of course, we'll continue to follow that accident and give you the first alert as soon as things clear up. But based on the severity of that accident, I-26 eastbound expect to be closed for hours this morning. Let's show you what's going on with our weather. Talk about how it feels outside this morning for you as you head out the door. Temperatures in the 60s this morning for most of you. One exception being right along the coast in the low 70s. Very comfortable start to our day. You can thank this cold front right here for the nice weather yesterday and the great weather on the way for today. Lots of sunshine expected. Northeasterly wind that's bringing in the slightly cooler air, the lower humidity, but also it has increased our rip current concern today out toward the beaches. So heads up if you're headed out there. Just hold off on letting the kids going out very far out in the water. You can see how beautiful it is this morning as we head towards sunrise, just a couple minutes away. Temperatures at 70 degrees, 8 o'clock, 81 at noon. Average highs 90 this time of the year. Highs today in the low to mid 80s. Kids headed off to camp today. If you're working outside, no threat of any rainfall, but that changes as soon as we get into the nighttime hours tonight. The rain chance will start to go up. Could be a wet trip out the door tomorrow morning. We'll talk more about that and have an update on that first alert traffic coming up in just a few minutes. Michael.
Thank you, Joey. A group of Low Country activists are calling for changes they want to see in Charleston County. The Justice for All Coalition sent a memo to county officials. It comes in part as a response to the Jamal Sutherland case. Sutherland died while in custody at the Charleston County Jail back in January. The memo calls on Charleston County leaders to make changes to policies and procedures, as well as ending programs like civil asset forfeiture and creating better systems for transparency and accountability. Activists want officials to create a new department that is separate from law enforcement that will be staffed with people trained to deal with mental health crisis. In response to Sutherland's death, they are still calling on Solicitor Scarlett Wilson to charge the deputies involved in the case. We have reached out to the sheriff's office and the solicitor's office for a response to the memo, but have yet to hear back.
A firefighter is on administrative leave after he was charged in connection to a case of dogs being stolen. Dwayne Bostic is facing charges of conspiracy and impersonation. Charleston County deputies say he was involved in a group that stole 5 dogs from a home on Johns Island back in February. Investigators say they impersonated armed law enforcement animal control officers and took the dogs. We've learned Bostic is a firefighter for St. Andrews Public Service District. They told us he's currently on administrative leave. The Colleton County Sheriff's Office is searching for a woman who's been missing for more than 2 days. Deputies say 66-year-old Gail Sharp was last seen Monday morning walking away on her home from her home on Augusta Highway. Now, if you have seen her or know where she is, you're asked to call the Colleton County Sheriff's Office. California's Democratic governor facing a recall election. What fueled that move to try and remove Gavin Newsom from power? And senators say a deal with the White House is in hand on infrastructure. What's next for the package moving forward? We are continuing to follow breaking news where crews are working to put out a multi-vehicle fire that's on I-26.
Summer Hector joins us live now near the Nexton exit on the eastbound lane. Summer, what are you seeing?
Michael, Aisha, that's right. This is on I-26 now. Eastbound, it's 1 mile to Nexton Parkway's exit. I'm going to go ahead and step behind the camera to give you a better look at this scene here. So there are, I've counted at least 4 fire trucks and then multiple other state troopers, police, and emergency vehicles. So the first car I'm seeing is they've been responding to this one. As you can see, there's still smoke over here. It still smells like smoke out here as well. I've seen officers not actively responding to this, but they have still been spraying this area. So there's another car behind it here. And then if you look down I-26 eastbound a little more here, once this truck moves, there are even more cars damaged back here. You can see these two, see a truck and then what looks like a larger semi truck. And then down the road here, there's even more damaged cars. So tons of crews out here working and responding out here on I-26 eastbound. Now eastbound is closed. Westbound is still open here, but it's backing up really fast here. These cars were passing through pretty fast about 10 minutes ago, and now they're pretty slow here. I know Joey has some more traffic updates for us, so I'll go ahead and toss it over to y'all back in the studio. Thanks.
All right, thank you so much, Summer. We'll go back out to her live in just a few minutes. Do want to take you right to that area to give you an idea of what's blocked and what's not blocked and how to get around this. So this is essentially coming up on the Nexton Parkway exit here. That's where that accident occurred right before 5 o'clock this morning. So this is the purple area. That's where the roadway is blocked. Now you can get off of the Jetberg Road exit. It is slow on I-26 getting off there. That's going to be your detour this this morning if you're coming down I-26 from Upper Dorchester County. Jedburgh Road is where you're going to get off. Then you want to use either Old Dairy Road or 70A to get around this. You can get back on at Nexton Parkway or all the way down to Somerville at 199A. If you're getting on at 199A or past that through the College Park Road University area, everything is fine on I-26 there. But once again, I-26 shut down just before Nexton Parkway in those eastbound lanes, and slow going as summer just brought to you in those westbound lanes as folks move through that area. We'll continue to keep you updated. Now, let's take a look at what's going on with our weather this morning. Following both of those for you right now, we're just watching a beautiful sunrise. In fact, let me step out of the shot here so you can see what's going on out there this morning. This is looking live from downtown Charleston over to Mount Pleasant on a morning where the sun is coming up and temperatures feel awfully nice. If you haven't stepped outside quite yet, you may want to this morning. Take advantage of it. Humidity down a little bit, temperatures down a little bit, northeasterly wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So we're getting a little break from the humidity, the oppressive conditions. Typically, you walk outside this time of the year, the humidity is the first thing you feel. Not this morning. 60s, as cool as 63 amongst corner. Temperatures down for a lot of you 4, 5, 6, 7 degrees compared to yesterday morning. So getting the kids outside today looks like a great day to do so, whether it's this morning or this afternoon. All sunshine today. Temperatures in the 70s this morning, 80s this afternoon. At the beaches, heads up, there is a moderate risk of rip currents today. 82 degrees, the forecast high. Just be careful with that rip current concern out there. Limit how far you go out in the water. Showers and storms on the increase tonight into tomorrow. Heads up on that. Then the rain chance comes down a little bit as we go into the weekend. You can see all dry weather through this afternoon, but that rain chance will start to increase after midnight as we start to bring in an onshore flow. Could be wet out the door tomorrow morning. Bulk of the rainfall will be near the coast in the morning. Then it will transition to mainly inland showers and storms during the afternoon, but still can't even rule out a little bit of rain along the coast second half of the day. Saturday will start to decrease the rain chance inland as we head into the afternoon. That's where most of the rain will be. On Sunday, a little bit less in the way of rain. So sunshine mixed in, and we'll start to see those temperatures warm up. In fact, we'll be near 90 degrees by Sunday.
There have been rare cases of heart inflammation in young people following the coronavirus vaccine, but according to federal health officials, that shouldn't stop anyone from getting their shots.
Yeah, the bigger concern is the Delta variant, which is spreading rapidly among the uninfected. Laura Podesta has the very latest.
The FDA is putting a new warning on the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. Researchers at the CDC found a likely connection between the shots and rare types of heart inflammation in teens and young adults.
Your heart muscle is not able to pump as efficiently as it does if it doesn't have a viral inflammation.
There have been about 400 confirmed cases of myocarditis or pericarditis in Americans 30 and under. Most are mild and quickly clear up. Symptoms include chest pains, heart palpitations, and shortness of breath.
I woke up at 2 a.m. with chest pain.
16-year-old Noah Hires was rushed to the hospital just 2 days after receiving his second dose.
This experience was much better than getting COVID and much lower risk of anything long-lasting occurring.
The CDC report says the benefits of the vaccines still clearly outweigh the risks.
Still recommending vaccination.
Dr. Yvonne Maldonado is on the agency's panel.
The bottom line for parents, and I have 3 children myself who've all been vaccinated, we would still elect to get the vaccine.
Health experts say they're more concerned with the Delta variant of COVID-19, which has led to a surge in cases, especially in parts of the country where the vaccination rate is low.
The variants are just getting more and more powerful. Every 2 weeks, it's making a mutation that could potentially be even worse than the last one.
The head of the CDC warned there's no guarantee vaccines will be effective against new strains. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
We are continuing to follow breaking news at just north of Miami, where a building has partially collapsed into rubble. You're taking a live look at the emergency response, massive emergency response, as they continue to search for people who have survived. Multiple people are in the hospital. At least one person is dead. Rob Way is monitoring this story, and we'll have the very latest from the First Alert Center next.
I'm getting dramatic new video of rescue efforts underway after a partial building collapse in Florida, where at least one person is dead and at least 9 people have been taken to the hospital. This video coming from the scene in Surfside, a town just north of Miami. Here you can see firefighters pulling a boy out of the rubble. What a remarkable moment. I'm just going to leave this picture up for just a second here. Take a look at this. Firefighters pulling a boy out of the rubble. The local CBS station is reporting a 10-year-old boy was rescued. His condition right now has not been released. Let's keep this shot up for 1 second as you see those firefighters pull him out. This is a live look now at the scene. As you can see, massive rescue effort underway. More than 80 rescue and fire crews are there. Much of this 12-story apartment building has collapsed. There's no word on what caused this partial collapse, but stay with us this morning. I'll be bringing you updates as they come in.
All right, thanks, Rob. We continue to keep you updated on this as well. Multiple vehicles on fire this morning, I-26 eastbound. This occurred just before Nexton Parkway exit there into Dorchester County. Crews still for the past hour and a half have been working to extinguish the fire from these vehicles. You can see what's left of a couple of those there as this truck passes by. You'll get a better view. You can see it there. But once again, there's actually multiple scenes in which vehicles are involved in these accidents, a series of accidents. I-26 eastbound, that's just before Nexton Parkway. The road is shut down. That's represented by the purple here. So what do you need to do if you're getting around this coming in Dorchester County or from maybe Orangeburg County coming I-26 eastbound towards Nexton Parkway? You got to get off at the Jedburgh Road exit. Really backing up from there, though, already on I-26. As people detour off the road, you can use Old Dairy Road or you can use 78 to get around this and then back on at Nexton Parkway or at Somerville. Do want to give you a first alert. We do have what appears to be another accident. This is just before Ashley Phosphate that is backing up traffic here. Just saw first responders go to this. This is accident appears just ahead of Ashley Phosphate. We'll try to get more information on this and bring it to you as soon as we have it. 6:30 the time right now. Let's take a look and switch gears to show you what's going on with our weather this morning. Temperatures in the 60s as you head outside. No worries here. It is a beautiful morning. All sunshine going into the mid-70s, but not until 10 o'clock this morning. Average highs about 90 this time of the year. We'll take mid-80s. We get that this afternoon. We get it with lots of sunshine, slightly lower than normal humidity, and no rain in the forecast. 82 out at Folly Beach. Just a heads up there, we do have a moderate risk of rip currents today, so please be extra careful. Next 3 days, rain chance goes up, so take advantage of today. Scattered showers and storms Friday. Then the rain chance comes down just a little bit. We'll have to dodge a few raindrops as we head into the weekend. Michael?
Right now, deputies in Williamsburg County say they need your help finding two people who stole several catalytic converters. The sheriff's office released this video yesterday. They're trying to identify two people who they would like to question. The thefts happened in the Cades community. The timestamp on this video is from last Thursday night. If you know anything, call the sheriff's office.
More than 1,300 seniors in South Carolina fell victim to cyber scams last year. That's from the FBI's 2020 Elder Fraud Report. The report says nearly $10 million was stolen. Across the country, there was more than $1 billion in losses by victims aged 60 and over. Now, according to the annual report, the most common scams against seniors were extortion, no payment, no delivery, tech support fraud, and identity theft. If you think you have been targeted, you're asked to call the FBI and the Department of Justice's National Elder Fraud Hotline at the number listed right there on your screen.
A man is on the run suspected of shooting a Florida police officer in the head. What we're learning about the moments that led up to those shots being fired. And Amazon's Prime Day shattered records at just how much money people spent during the two-day event.
All right, 6:35. Welcome back. You're taking a live view right now. I-26 eastbound, a very, very severe accident this morning right before Nexton Parkway involving multiple, at least 5 or 6 vehicles involved in this, and what was a series of vehicle fires as well. This occurred at 5 o'clock this morning. Still, those eastbound lanes are closed, and based on the severity of the accident, they are going to be closed for hours this morning. This is coming into the Nexton Parkway area before you get to Somerville. That roadway is closed, so you're going to have to get off on Jedburgh Road. Traffic is even backing up before that on I-26. Use Old Dairy Road or 78 to get around that. Also want to give you a first alert. A new accident blocking multiple lanes lanes between Ashley Phosphate and the merge. You can see that here. First responders on the scene. There's already a tow truck, so hopefully this is able to get cleared really quickly. That's an area that can get backed up very, very quickly, and we are backed up from Ashley Phosphate, now backing up towards University Boulevard, developing a delay of over 20 minutes in that area. We'll keep you updated on both those accidents. Really quick with our weather this morning, let's talk about what's going on. Weather's quiet, 60s outside, inland this morning, 70s along the coast. Very comfortable to start out our day. Cold front down to the south. Northeasterly wind is up. That does bring in the rip current concern today out at our beaches. Be extra careful there. Otherwise, looks like a beautiful day ahead. We expect all sunshine. Temperatures in the 70s this morning, mid 80s this afternoon, but big changes come in tonight. Maybe raining by this time tomorrow morning. We'll talk more about that coming up shortly.
Well, new overnight, a manhunt is underway for the person suspected of shooting an officer in the head in Daytona Beach, Florida. That officer was rushed to the hospital last night. Now, his condition is serious. Daytona Beach police say the officer was investigating a suspicious incident last night, but after a few minutes, he stopped responding to calls on his radio. When other officers responded to that location, he was found lying on the ground, shot. A $100,000 reward is being offered for information leading to the capture of the person. Now, he's reportedly driving a Honda with the tag number you see on your screen. An electric antivirus software pioneer has died in a Spanish jail cell. That discovery made Tuesday came only hours after a court ruling to extradite John McAfee back to the U.S. Now, it's believed that he committed suicide while in prison. McAfee was indicted on fraud and money laundering charges by the U.S. Department of Justice. The department alleges he and a business partner participated in a scheme that earned more than $13 million by falsely promoting cryptocurrency to unwitting investors. McAfee was 75 years old. A new study finds life expectancy in the U.S. lags behind other high-income nations by an average of nearly 5 years. In 2018, life expectancy in the U.S. was 78.7 years. That's about 3 years less than the average life expectancy for 16 high-income peer countries. Now, the life expectancy gap ballooned to nearly 5 years in 2020 after the U.S. experienced a high mortality rate. No other nation experienced a decline in life expectancy as large as the U.S. Authors of that study, which was published by the British Medical Association, they wrote the predominant cause for this large decline was the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as other factors that have impacted Americans' health for decades.
National forests in Arizona are the go-to spots in the summer as people look to escape sweltering desert temperatures. But now the options for cooling off are limited. Nearly all of the national forests in the state will be fully closed this week as firefighting resources run thin and fire danger remains high. Wildfires burning across Arizona already have forced rural people out of their homes and sent drivers on detours. Parts of forests in other states also are off limits, but the shutdowns in Arizona are the most widespread. The closures are altering vacation plans ahead of the July 4th holiday.
Well, speaking of July the 4th of July weekend, of course, is coming up, and millions of Americans are expected to hit the roadway. Gas Buddy says gas prices are expected to rise in the next week, and for many people, it will cost more than $3 a gallon. According to a recent survey, 46% of Americans say their summer plans were affected by the high gas prices.
Sales on Amazon Prime Day shattered records this year. The discount event was held Monday and Tuesday, and it turned out to be the biggest two-day sales period for third-party sellers in Amazon's history. The impressive numbers coming despite the fact that some sellers had said they weren't planning on offering deals this year. In fact, Amazon said overall, third-party merchants sold more than Amazon itself. The e-commerce giant said all told, Prime members worldwide bought more than 250 million items on Prime Day. Some of the best-selling items were robotic vacuums, coffee makers, and Crest white strips. According to Adobe Analytics, overall online spending during the two-day period was upwards of $11 billion. That's a 6.1% increase compared to last year's Prime Day in October.
Well, Instagram is expanding its in-app shopping by offering users a more immersive experience. The company is testing virtual try-ons using augmented reality. Users can get a feel for how products like makeup or shoes will look without leaving the comfort of the app. Instagram is also adding visual searches. You just have to tap an image of a dress you like and you'll see similar products. Eventually, Instagram wants people to be able to search using a photo from their camera. Testing for some of those features start later this year.
Well, men's trials for the U.S. gymnastics team get underway today. Yesterday, Olympic hopefuls practiced at the Dome at America Center in St. Louis, Missouri, ahead of the U.S. gymnastics Olympic trials. They included the most decorated gymnast in the world, Simone Biles. She still has to compete, though, for a spot on the team, which will compete in the Olympics in Tokyo just under a month from now. The men's trials continue on Saturday, and the women's trials take place tomorrow and Sunday. I have no doubt that she will make the team.
And we're continuing to follow breaking news. You see this live look in Miami Beach, Florida, where dozens of fire and rescue crews are responding to a multi-story building collapse. Our Rob Way is going to have the very latest information coming up.
We are following several breaking news stories this morning.
Yes, right now crews are on the scene of a crash out of Berkeley County where several cars caught on fire. We will be going to Summer Hector in just a minute.
But first, we want to go to Rob Way. And Rob, you're following breaking news out of Surfside, Florida, where there has been a building collapse. What do you know so far?
Michael, Aisha, at least one person is dead and at least 9 people have been taken to the hospital after that partial building collapse. This is video we're getting from the scene in Surfside, a town just north of Miami. You can see rescue crews going through the rubble. We know at least one boy has been rescued. More than 80 rescue and fire crews are there. Much of this 12-story apartment building has collapsed. This is a live look now at the scene. You can see the massive fire and police presence. Several people who live nearby say they heard a massive rumble early this morning, including one man who describes what he saw.
We turn around and we just see a cloud of dust just coming our way, and we're just like, what is going on? So we start rushing towards that. You know, we put our shirts over our face so we don't get any dust in our eyes and everything.
The cloud of debris he was just describing from the collapse covered cars up to 2 blocks away with a light layer of dust. There's no word on what caused this partial collapse.
And more breaking news here in the Low Country. A vehicle fire is shutting down lanes along I-26.
Summer Hector is live there with what she's seeing along the roadway near exit 197 eastbound. Summer.
Aisha, Michael, we've been following this for about at least an hour and a half, so I want to tell you, less smoke around here for sure, but other than that, all the backups have only increased here. I'm going to actually step out of the frame to give you guys a better look if you've just tuned in for us. So multiple cars severely damaged along I-26 eastbound. So I-26 eastbound, it's completely closed. Now I'm standing on the westbound side. It's open, but it's moving slow here. So I just did a Facebook Live a few minutes ago, and people told me down I-26, it's backed up all the way to Harleyville. I'm not sure how it is on the other way, but here's the first accident up here. I'm going to try to focus it in for you. Give me a second here. So here's the first accident, at least one car, and then it looks like a dump truck too here. So crews have been spraying this. They just stopped spraying this actually in the last few minutes. Other than that, they've been spraying it for most of the morning. You can see a little bit of smoke still up there, but not nearly as much as there was an hour ago. I don't really smell smoke anymore, but want to give you another look once this truck passes a little bit past this accident. Give me one second. Is another car that looks burned here. So you can see state troopers on scene here. There's also Dorchester County Fire. I see at least 5 fire trucks, multiple other emergency ambulance crews down past here on the interstate. But again, I-26 eastbound closed, westbound open but moving slow as crews respond to multiple severely damaged cars here. Also, when I did that Facebook Live, multiple people told me there's another crash even past this area a little further back on I-26 eastbound. Again, this is about 1 mile before exit 197. That's the Nexton Parkway exit. We're still working to find out what exactly caused the accident here, as well as if there were any injuries reported from this accident. So we'll make sure to keep you updated here on Live 5 News. But for now, Summer, Hector, thank you.
All right, thanks so much for keeping us updated on that, Summer. We want to show you right where that accident is. This is before you get to Somerville, right before the Nexton Parkway exit there. That accident, obviously involving multiple vehicles, that's going to be shut down for hours this morning. So the roadway is closed all the way back to Jedburgh Road. That's where they're detouring people off the roadway. But you can see that red area, so that's backed up traffic just trying to get off there. That is at mile marker 194. The only exit before that's all the way back to 187. So really, that's your best case scenario, getting off at 187 there and then coming down 78. If you can get off at Jedburgh Road, it's going to be slow to get off, but you can use Old Dairy Road or 78 to get around that. You can get on at Nexton Parkway, that accident just before the exit there, and you can get on in Somerville 199A or B. So just a heads up on that. If you're coming out of the Somerville area, you're okay, but you're going to run into this right here. Another accident that is blocking multiple lanes right now. In fact, it looks like they're working to get it over, now blocking just one lane. It was blocking two lanes. This is between Ashley Phosphate and Aviation, I-26, also in those eastbound lanes this morning. Let me take you back. That was mile marker 210. This is mile marker 205. Do the math. That's 5 miles of backup traffic right now on I-26, not due to that accident that Summer was live at, but due to another accident that occurred after that this morning. 52 minutes, Somerville to downtown. Use Dorchester Road or maybe use Rivers Avenue as an alternate around that. If you're headed out on 526, everything is okay there. Let's talk about what's going on with your weather this morning. Show you a live view outside as we switch gears from traffic to weather, and I'll be keeping an eye on both of those for you this morning. Thankfully, the weather is calm out there. The sky is clear. It's a beautiful morning. Temperatures in the upper 60s, a little bit of a breeze. You noticed that yesterday evening. Very comfortable, kind of abnormally cool for late in June. We're getting a little bit of a break from the humidity, at least temporarily. We'll take it however we can get it. 63 right now in Moncks Corner and in Kingstree, 64 degrees in Georgetown, and temperatures down for a lot of you 4, 5, 6, 7 degrees compared to yesterday morning at this time. So that morning run will feel a little bit better. Working outside feel a little bit nicer this morning, and it's all sunshine as we head through today. So getting the kids outside, maybe taking them to the pool, or if you're headed off to the beaches, do want to give you first alert on this. We do have rip current concern due to a northeasterly breeze. Will be a little bit breezy at times today at the beaches. Other than that, looks like a gorgeous day and a day you want to take advantage of getting outside because the rain chances go up tomorrow. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, a decent chance. The rain chance will gradually come down as we go through the upcoming weekend, becoming a little bit more typical for this time of the year. Today, dry. Let me show you future track of the changes. Start tonight. Clouds will start to move in, and after midnight, there is a potential of a few showers, maybe even 1 or 2 rumbles of thunder out the door tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning's commute may be wet in some spots. It's one of those days where we have the rain chance both in the morning and in the afternoon. Now, the bulk of the rain by the afternoon will be inland, but still can't rule out 1 or 2 stray showers along the coast. And then as we go into the weekend, once again, we'll have to dodge a few showers and storms there again, but the coverage is going to start to come down. Temperatures today, mid-80s inland, low 80s at the beaches. River Dogs at home tonight. If you're headed out there, it should be another comfortable evening. Really nice yesterday evening, really nice again tonight. Now, the humidity will start to come up as we go into the weekend. Some scattered showers and storms. Best chance of rain early in the day on Saturday near the coast, inland in the afternoon, and then fewer showers and storms on Sunday with a high near 90 degrees.
Senators say a deal has been reached on an infrastructure plan, and they plan to meet with President Joe Biden later today.
A bipartisan group of senators has been meeting to find an agreement on how to pay for the $1 trillion proposal of road, highway, and other traditional infrastructure projects. President Biden had proposed tax increases on corporations and people earning more than $400,000 a year, something Republicans are against.
The Congressional Budget Office has estimated it could raise approximately $60 billion.
Low country activists are calling for public safety reform in Charleston County.
The Justice for All Coalition sent a memo about what they would like to see changed to Charleston County officials.
Paula Tristan Aruda tells us why these groups believe these changes will lead to a safer county.
It's been almost 6 months since Jamal Sutherland died while in custody at the Charleston County Jail. And activists believe not much has changed since then. That's why they say they released a 9-page document in hopes of preventing future incidents. The memo calls on Charleston County Solicitor Scarlett Wilson, Charleston County Sheriff Kristen Graziano, and Charleston County Council members to take action in reforming policies and procedures. They want officials to create a new department that is separate from law enforcement, that will be staffed with people trained to deal with mental health crises. They also want a traffic enforcement department that is also staffed with non-law enforcement personnel. The coalition is also renewing calls for Solicitor Wilson to charge the deputies involved in the Sutherland case with murder.
There's still not anything in place that is clear as to how do we prevent this from happening. And of course, it's not the first time that somebody dies at the hands of law enforcement here at the Lowcountry. So if we don't take action now, if we don't take our community seriously, this is going to continue to happen over and over and over again.
I have reached out to the sheriff's office and the solicitor's office for a response to the memo, but I have not heard back. In the newsroom, I'm Paola Trisnaruda, Live 5 News.
All right, we continue to follow that major accident this morning. I-26 eastbound closed just before Nexton Parkway. Detour of that is Jedburgh Road. You get off there at that exit. You can use Old Dairy Road or go over to 78, which is starting to slow down in that Jedburgh area. Or you can get off before the Jedburgh Road exit because traffic's backing up there at 187. A mess there. We also have a mess ahead. Let me hop right down I-26. Ashley Phosphate just ahead of that. We have another accident that's been blocking a couple of lanes, still blocking one lane, and traffic is backed up about 5 miles in that area. Quick look at your weather right now, and looking ahead for today, about 85 degrees, mostly sunny. Chance of rain does go up starting tonight and into tomorrow. Scattered showers and storms return, so enjoy the dry weather today. If you need to get some work done outside, do it today. The chance of rain will be on the increase tomorrow.
All right, and we are continuing, obviously, to follow that breaking news just north of Miami, where an apartment building has partially collapsed. Rob Way has been following this all morning. You're taking live pictures. Rob, what do you know so far?
This is the first time we're getting a helicopter shot of it. You can see the damage that we're looking at here, and we know right now at least one person is dead and 9 others have been taken to the hospital. Again, these are live pictures from Surfside, Florida after a partial building collapse.
And you showed video earlier of a 10-year-old little boy that was actually pulled out of the rubble. Like you said, one person we know is dead, but this again is an apartment building that partially collapsed. So
massive rescue efforts, as you were saying. They are digging through the rubble outside that building. They're also there's apartments that are cut off because the building collapsed. So they're also going through those, getting some of those folks out via ladders from fire trucks.
Of course, we'll continue to stay on top of that. We'll also continue to stay on top of the accident that you have been following all morning long as well with Summer.
Stay safe, everyone. Have a great day.